Before we begin, I want to give a huge thanks to everyone who stuck with us to the very end of this book. At the end of this video, we've got a special end credits sequence brought to you by friend of the channel and talented artist Matthew Brightside, whose Instagram is linked in the description. I also want to give thanks to Brad Sucks, who has graciously allowed us to use his music. His site is linked below as well. Anyway, on with the show. Welcome back, everyone, to the Steel Donut Collective. My name is Bob. With me today, we have the whole crew. We've got Blake.
Hey, everybody.
Connor.
Hello there.
Yella.
Good day.
And Matt.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And today, finally, we are finishing Nightwatcher.
Oh God, how could this possibly end?
There's technically 19 chapters.
It will finally end.
There's technically 19 chapters, but chapter 19 is so short that we're just lumping it in with this one. Reminder of what happened last time. Joel Mole finally decided to do something about the problems in the church. And by that I mean he
decided to let the pastor handle it.
He let the pastor do something about the problems in the church and did nothing about the crimes that were happening. Which you would think a cop's jurisdiction would be.
It's not like he's an officer of the law or anything.
Yeah.
No, man.
Yeah, he's busy. He's got shit to do. So
he's got to wear that varrooom shirt.
So pastor is thinking about it. Pastor is thinking about it overnight, and Shirley kind of gave up all their secrets
for no reason at all.
For no reason at all, and now if pastor doesn't do something, Bean's gonna have to take things into his own hands. But let's see. This is chapter 18, Thursday night.
Wow, what an anticlimactic title.
Yeah.
one day, I wonder what was going on at church in the deacons' meeting. I imagine they called in Dave and his crew. Yeah. Out of the way, old man coming through.
A11.
A11.
Yeah, A11.
A11, my new band.
Yeah.
A11.
Once again.
The Beatles of rap rock.
Oh.
Oh, Lord. I prayed, help them to see through these guys. I knew those men were godly men. I knew they wanted the best for the church, but none of them had been in our meetings. None of them had run into anything like this before. How many churches have you heard about where a witch and a warlock come in and take over the youth group and turn it into a coven? I bet not too many.
How many times has a cop come up to you and told them that you've caught them
You might be
breaking
wondering
the
how I got
law?
into the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, to answer that question, more often than you think.
Yeah.
What?
I guess the word of the literal cop here who didn't stop them is not good enough.
I mean, again, I don't know, like, to me it's like, okay, let's say I'm the pastor, right? I still don't necessarily believe that a witch and a warlock are coming in and taking over the youth group. Doesn't change all the crimes that happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well,
You can still reprimand them for that.
The problem with the pastor is that he's an incredibly inconsistent skeptic, because he's like, I blindly believe the Bible. I blindly believe these people when they, every single thing they say, the Egglestons,
but this kid,
cyclone.
Law enforcement, I draw the line there.
Yeah, but law enforcement and the son of the previous pastor.
Old pastor? Mm-mm. You probably just want your dad as the pastor again, but he's dead.
Like, what the fuck, pastor? Why don't you trust the people? You trust complete strangers, but you don't trust Bean, who is known for solving crimes, and is...
A child.
A child who...
Among the other children who are being affected.
Yeah, and he comes to, like, even the whole part where he's like, oh, Bean is drunk. Yeah, Bean. He seems like the type to come to
the only way the pastor
could
show
crunk.
The only way the pastor could show worse judgment is if after he was convinced by Bean, he called him a narc.
No.
That's good.
Nice.
Nobody likes an art.
I knew Pastor would tell them about Shirley and me, but we were just kids. These men would look Dave in the eye and ask him to explain. He would look them back in the eye and deny everything. And I knew who would get believed, not be believed, get believed.
Get believed. Get believed,
Get
nerd.
believed, asshole.
Now that wasn't a transcription error. That's just Dick Borer not knowing how to write. By the way, go to his website and look at his how to write articles, which have typos in them. Dave.
Fucking Dave.
Ah, he's at it again. That
Piece of
motherfucker.
shit, motherfucker.
Fucking DeVay.
DeVay. Yeah, the French pronunciation. He's such garbage. Sure enough, Pastor got up in the service that night and said,
We
have some pressing business that we must attend to before we continue these revival meetings with our dear brother, Johnny Farthing.
There was a murmur of interest in the congregation.
I'm mildly interested.
For once, I think I won't just fall asleep in church.
Maybe coming to church wasn't a complete waste of time.
That's a heckin' big thing, I'll tell you that.
A charge has been made by one of our young people that we are harboring a witch and a warlock on our staff. This young man, who comes from Sterling Stock and whose father at one time pastored this church,
Sterling Stock,
is charging that Mr. and Mrs. David Eggleston.
Period. Period.
Yeah, they charge
their
that.
last name is David Eggleston.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
It's
that's
Mr. and
that's the
Mrs.
thing
David
people say.
Eggleston.
That's the thing people say.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Or rather,
yeah,
that's the thing
do it
people
like that.
used to say.
Yeah,
it's
that's
God.
Sterling Stock, another thing people used to say.
Yeah.
It's funny how the pastor started out like he was gonna keep Beanie's identity anonymous, and
Yeah.
then totally didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, how
'cause,
many fucking kids have a father who passed? Oh, man. It could be a
that's
lot,
a lot.
actually.
I mean, still a kid implied, so not many at that point.
No. I mean, like, what if Bean's father was, like, a real player?
Whoa.
My.
Well, I mean, we already know from that one chapter that he was with that old lady. What was her name?
Oh, yeah.
Beauregard.
Yeah, Miss Beauregard. and then-
Boring guard.
Yeah.
No.
And Beanie tried to follow in his father's
Yeah.
footsteps, if you will.
Wink.
And
Step
Mrs.
foot.
Eggleston's brother, Buddy Horner, are bringing witchcraft down into our church.
And I think that's neat.
Yeah, that's certainly something. Anyway,
It was really something, wasn't it? People looked surprised and shocked.
our board of deacons and elders held a special meeting this morning.
Special meeting. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to their normal meetings.
It's just instead of holding a meeting, they held a special one.
We reviewed the charges of the police lieutenant Joel Moore.
Oh, give me a second.
I'm sorry, his name is really dumb.
He was
Hello?
wearing the most ridiculous shirt.
His varrooom shirt. Let me tell you, that varrooom shirt.
I will
It's
never
the
get
real
over
star of the story.
that. It is.
And our own Billy Spencer and Shirley Donahue given at the pastor's home last night.
Now just
Which is
calling them out.
coincidentally my home.
I really like that the board of
Pastor's home, which isn't me.
yeah, that's a little weird. He's talking about himself in third person. But also, like, board of
It is
deacons and
fucking-
elders. I like that they're the ones who get to review the charges.
Yeah,
of the
not a
police.
fucking
As opposed to-
jury.
Not his supervisor or like
Or the cop.
the other. No, the cop gets to place the charges.
No, I guess that's true. Okay.
And a
that doesn't
judge and
make
jury
sense.
is supposed to...
no, because it's somebody else presses charges and the cop.
The church controls the law in this town, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
when
the
they're
point
doing
is,
something
it's
illegal,
the same
they-
thing we've been saying. Like, the pastor and his fucking, elders are not the ones who are supposed to be reviewing criminal charges.
Yeah.
This town, this town is a theocracy.
Literally let God sort him out.
Yeah. And again, I'm with Matt. That is super weird that he refers to it as the pastor's home.
And we called in the Egglestons and conferred with them. They have denied every charge. Go
Surprising.
figure.
Well, who knew? They wouldn't just straight up admit to it, huh?
Well, you
You
got
got
us.
us. We're evil.
Yeah, well, after that,
I will curse you now.
they denied every charge. Guess there's nothing we can do. Thanks for
They
listening.
call me the boogeyman, and if you don't get out of my way, I'll boogie you too.
Oh no. I will tell.
my God.
I will
I
tell.
was making a joke, but then
I
I,
will
kept
tell
reading. Oh,
No,
I
read
will
it
tell
aloud.
on you with my good friend Satan.
Yeah, read it aloud.
yeah.
Share with the class.
Shut up.
They say they have been misunderstood. They say that young They say that young Mr. Spencer has plagued and badgered them the entire time they have been serving our youth in this church.
All right,
They
so
are-
the pastor has
they're not
crossed the
evil.
line from poor judgment to just being a complete piece of shit.
Now,
That
hang on.
cop,
To be
that cop,
fair,
I don't give a
He
fuck about
hasn't
what that
yet
cop
become a
said.
piece of shit
Absolutely, yes. He
Also-
called out 2 children by name and is fucking
Okay, yeah,
begging
that's true.
them.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that is.
He's already a piece of shit. To quote the AVG,
Well-
he's about to become a whole shit.
I was about to say, like, maybe he's not a piece of shit just because, like, he hasn't necessarily rendered a verdict on it.
But just
You know?
putting
He
the
did call them
kids'
out by
names
name.
out.
But he is just throwing their names out there, yeah.
Also,
That's pretty bad.
also, the Egglestons aren't evil. They're just misunderstood.
Yeah. He
When
was
do,
interrupted.
when do we get the Eggleston redemption arc?
Yeah, exactly. That'll be Nightwatcher Part 2, Day Watcher. He was interrupted by loud talking as people just had to tell one another how they felt.
What?
Well,
I mean, that's how that-
I feel about this, kind of thing.
believe this!
Yeah. You know what? I can't believe this.
What a shocking development!
Always the last to know.
that Beanpole Spencer has uncovered another conspiracy!
I can't believe that Beanie would try to poison our minds.
Let me just tell you about how I feel about this.
Well, goddamn!
Oh, whoa, that's a no-no, good sir.
Dang!
Well,
There you go.
motherfucker, let me tell
Golly
you.
darn.
No, devil damn. You gotta damn
Diggity
that
dag
devil.
nabbit.
That baka fucker!
There you go.
Perfect.
That's that classic.
Don't change anything about that.
The Egglestons have asked for time in this meeting to allow testimonies from the young people.
Don't do that.
Who have been in their charge.
Period.
And we, members of the board, have agreed we will listen at this time to any testimony from youngsters who wish to speak. Is there anyone? Just at all in general? I don't know.
I'm blind.
Is this thing on?
I just wanted to come to
don't
church and
actually
get a
have to.
sermon, and instead I'm being forced to participate in the kangaroo court.
Kangaroo court.
Like, what the fuck?
We've set up a microphone down front.
Anyone who wishes to speak may come to that microphone right now.
Oh my god, are you telling me we're about to get like 15 other kids come up and just slam Beanie over and over and over?
Oh,
Yes.
man.
This is the
Sign
best
me
ending to
up.
the book ever.
I've been
Sign
waiting
me.
for this day.
Oh man. All the kids just ran to line up,
Yeah.
pushing each other out of the way to
Well,
dunk
these
on
kids
Beanie
said it's
first.
okay, so that cop who said we broke the law, I guess, you know, he's gonna have to talk to these
Whatever.
kids, and
They say it's fine, even though he's got proof that they broke the fucking law. But I guess it doesn't matter because he's not fucking using it.
I guess it's our job to decide this.
Yeah.
For some reason.
I
Like I
guess,
said, the
I guess
opposite.
that's too bad. The cops apparently not doing anything about it. No one is. What the fuck is this?
Don't just a kangaroo court. Here we go.
Kangaroo co-
This is a kangaroo
This
court.
town is a kangaroo town.
Oh man, I hadn't been told about this. No one called me or told me anything about it.
Yeah,
The kids got
you're
up
not
from-
related to it. Like, I don't give a
Nobody
fuck.
gives a shit about you, Bean.
You're
Stop
some
being so
dumbass child.
Stop being so
sit around dunking on
self-important,
you all day.
motherfucker.
Oh, but they are. Here we go. But kids got up from all over the sanctuary and came forward. They lined up and stood there waiting their turn.
Let me do this. My name is Ladatitia. His name is Ladatitia Engelbarger, and I'm in 9th grade at good old Sunny Hills High.
All right.
For those who are not watching, that first name is spelled capital L, lowercase d, Atitia.
And once again, we can thank the transcription software. I'm pretty
Please
sure
tell me what
Letitia.
that's supposed to be.
it's supposed to be Letitia.
Oh, not
Probably.
So
Not
spelled like,
Letitia.
so spelled how? How'd they spell it in the book?
There's no D.
That's it. That's
the
still
D
a
just
weird spelling of
magically
Letitia.
the D magically appeared thanks to
Is
transcription.
her last name really Engelbarger, though?
Yes.
Dick
Nice.
Bohr, you have such a way with last names.
And I want to say that I never did attend church much before the Egglestons came here. Why am I talking like this?
I'm Letitia, and I'm here to
I
say
was written
I
by
love
an
church in a
80-year-old
serious way.
I had better things to do, I felt, than sit in church for hours Sunday morning and Sunday night and Wednesday night And then
Thursday night.
And then the Egglestons came and changed all that. Church is now so exciting to me, I can't wait to come. We have Bible memory and songs and hymns and devotions. It's made such a difference in my life. I just love it.
I just love it.
I love it. Da, da, da,
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm loving it.
Thank you
Beanie is
very
a
much,
dork.
Ladette.
Yeah. Thanks, Miss Inglebarger.
I was sitting up near the front. She turned and gave me I thought she was going to give him the finger. Gave me a hateful look when she finished. She said,
Slip me the bird.
yeah, again, like, just, oh, how is this happening? How the
Just
fuck?
endless dunking on Beanie.
Like,
Yeah,
why
this
does
game-
no one trust him? Again, this goes against all the previous books for what little consistency they had.
Yeah.
This goes against all logic.
Yeah,
I think
A
maybe...
cop told you they were breaking the law. A fucking cop.
Well,
so
hang on.
I arranged a fucking roast.
Yeah, this is as one-sided.
Beanie roast the other chapter.
The
Now we're
beanie
having
roast.
the beanie roast.
It's a beanie
good.
roast.
It's a Beanie roast.
Connor, what were you saying?
Really?
Beanie roast.
This is as one-sided as a fair meeting to determine this could possibly be.
Yeah.
Because the pastor's just going to be like, oh, some people said this. Now, every kid come up and obviously lie through your teeth.
Yeah.
That evidence the cop gave me about
Accurate.
teen
Also, it's a
drinking,
church, and he's not
you
going to
don't
make
need
them.
that.
It's. I know it's not a court of law, but it's a church. You'd think they'd be able to swear in on the Bible.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, who cares?
There's just this microphone. Go and use it.
Yeah.
She sat down, and the next kid went to the microphone.
My name is Randy Hillary, and like Letitia said, I didn't have much interest in church before, but Dave and Urga are the greatest. They take an interest in us. They're
Weird. There.
the best thing since milk.
That is the
Nice.
saddest thing I've ever fucking heard.
You know what? So, final word on this. You know what's happening? The scanner is becoming dirtier, not the manuscript. The scanner.
Yeah.
Because they're slamming page after page on there. More dust and
They're
particulates
slamming these
going on.
greasy ass pages.
The thing that I'm sad about is the best thing since milk?
Yeah,
The phrase is the best thing since sliced bread.
Milk is even lamer than sliced bread.
Dude, have you ever tried to slice that bread?
My
Not
name is
easy.
Ryu from Streets. One of my
Who the
favorite things
fuck-
is stale bread.
Man, they're the best thing since milk. Imagine if that's your frame of reference for life.
Oh man, I
You
love
realize
That's
how
a pretty
fucking
s-
sad that is?
Now,
That's a
Bob,
pretty
have
shitty
you ever
frame.
had a glass of fresh, farm fresh, organic, delicious milk?
Dude, I suck it out of a cow in the morning every morning.
Hell
Yeah, you love that milk, but you know what? I love that milk too, and I still agree with you.
It's still sad.
It's still sad, even though here at the Steel Donut we just want to remind you that we love cows. They're the best.
Cows
yeah.
are pretty great
I
animals.
love sucking on them udders.
Yeah,
Maybe less that, but cows are
kitties.
pretty great.
everybody laughed at the very funny joke. We got one in the wild, boys.
Yeah. Wow.
Hell yeah, and it's in a published book.
It was in Nightwatcher all along.
Everybody laughed at the
Thanks,
very
Dick
funny.
Moore, for telling us when a joke happens.
Because we sure as hell wouldn't understand.
I know I wouldn't.
He sneered at me as he passed. Everyone can see this. Like a short
Yeah,
boy. Oh,
everybody just sees all of these children giving Beanie the stink eye.
Tell you what, Yellow, you could be this guy. A short boy pulled the microphone down to his mouth.
Oh,
Anyway, I'm Charlie Brown.
No, I think you mean you're Charlie Brown, too.
Okay.
He's the sequel to Charlie Brown.
The sequel.
That's
I'm
Second
Charlie
generation
Brown too.
Charlie.
Electric Boogaloo.
that's originally supposed to be just an end quote instead of a 2 and an apostrophe.
how did that even happen?
Again,
Magic.
It's an error in the. It's an error
I know,
when scanning
but
it.
like, how'd the scanner get an apostrophe to that?
Dirty
magic.
scanner.
you have to
Oh,
shit on
man.
the scanner or the manuscript.
Well, you see,
Dick
Satan
Moore
was
does
like.
dirty things to that scanner, my man.
Yeah.
I was thinking
yeah.
more like,
putting
well,
his
you see,
writing all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Satan was all like, you know what? I don't like this book, so I'm gonna fuck with it.
Yeah.
Here's my guess. He was writing the manuscript with a typewriter because he doesn't know how to make copies. And then as he was typing it, he was putting the pages, as soon as the ink lands on the page, he's putting it directly on a scanner to make copies. Because he doesn't recognize how to do this, right? And so then the wet ink is getting more and more clogged up on the scanner screen.
I see.
Yeah, just smears.
Yeah.
People laughed.
That was really
For
funny.
some reason.
Some people laughed at the very funny joke.
Hold on.
People.
I'm sorry. He didn't even tell a joke. His name is Charlie Brown. They're just laughing at a child.
That's so funny.
I mean, in case you haven't picked up from context, this entire congregation is full of assholes.
Just a bunch of bastards.
In case you didn't pick up from context, this entire fucking story is a joke.
This entire congregation dunks on children.
As someone who was made fun of as a kid for his name, I gotta say, if this kid probably gets laughed at every single day for being named
probably.
Charlie Brown. That's his parents' fault, for sure. But still, you're in church.
Yeah.
Don't be dicks.
I'm here to dunk on children. Actually, I honestly
A child just open, like he's short, he pulls the mic down to his mouth and he goes, "I am Charlie Brown too," and everybody just fucking loses it.
I mean, I would too if somebody introduced themselves as Charlie Brown too. I'll be honest.
I come to church just to dunk on children.
I mean, that's what we do at the Steel Donut.
Yeah, this is my
Faithful churchgoers for that reason.
But yeah, people
When
laugh.
I'm in 7th grade, we don't have a Lucy here, but we've got Mrs. Eggleston, and she's a real great lady. I've learned a lot from her. I don't think I'll ever forget her.
Nice.
She's better than Lucy any day.
Nobody likes Lucy. Lucy's an
That
asshole.
was a
kid
non
is-
sequitur.
No, this kid is like legit trying to own that he's Charlie Brown.
He's flipping it. You know, he's owning it. He's taking it for himself.
Or Dick Borer is setting Nightwatcher in the Peanuts universe. This is actually a fan fiction.
Hang on a second.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Lucy was the asshole, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was so
Why would you
fun with it.
compare her to the asshole of Charlie Brown?
Yeah, but it's not a comparison at all. It's a non sequitur. We don't have Lucy. We've got Mrs. Eggleston. Two things just don't go together. I don't care if he puts a butt there.
It's a great contrast.
Bizarre.
though.
That would be like if I said we're the Steel Donut Collective, and Ben Affleck is not a member of the Steel Donut Collective, but we do have Connor.
Yeah.
It's just weird that he said it's better than Lucy any day. Like, oh yeah, I really want Lucy to come.
I mean, to
fuck
be fair,
my
having
gay
Connor
up.
around is way better than having Affleck around. You know.
Yeah.
No offense. If you're watching
No
this
offense
Affleck,
to
you know.
Affleck. Yeah.
Yeah, don't mean to hurt your feelings, dude. I like
I
that.
know, maybe
Argo.
he'd be great.
I guess I'll be the next one then.
More laughter and applause.
Yay!
Yippee.
I'm Angela Doyle.
A girl said. Oh wow.
Yeah.
One of those women folk.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, she's allowed to speak?
Yeah.
Not for very long. They're about to. cut her off.
They take off the
thank God.
scold
They
bridle.
only let her talk whenever she says stuff that they agree with.
When spoken to.
Also,
Yeah.
hold on.
my God.
Matt, are you sure you want to do this? This is like a whole paragraph.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm in 8th grade, and I really enjoy our sessions because we get to know what's going on inside of each other.
Yeah, for this Sunday school meeting, we have a special guest, Slim Goodbody.
Wow! That
gonna
is
let you know.
something else right there. I tell you what, I don't know if Dick Bohr knew what that sounded like.
Hey,
Oh, shit.
hey, the Bible's not a biology textbook.
Yeah,
True.
to be fair.
Get it? Inside of each other?
Yeah.
Because... and then
Although there is that one book of the
biology.
Bible, Song of Solomon, also known as Song of Songs, that is all about sex. Like super flat. It's a big flowery sex scene.
We all
love
know
flowers.
that kids have problems with our parents, and with other teachers, and with one another, and with ourselves.
Honestly, we kids are nothing but problems.
No.
Yeah.
Don't have children.
Well, we get to tell one another about our problems, and I find that well. That well, my new rap
I find
name.
that well too.
Yeah, that well.
Yeah, that well. There's Shake Well, and now there's that well. I get a lot of good out of. Weird. I get a lot of good out of sharing what's on my heart with other people, and I
On
get
my
more
heart?
good out of fight. Yeah, what's on
Not
my
in
heart?
my heart.
What's
Not on
on
my
it?
mind.
Yeah.
It's on my heart.
What's in my
get
mind
it
and
off
on my
of
heart?
there.
On
I
my
need
heart,
surgery
in
right
my
now.
mind.
It's on my heart.
No. Well, again, they're finding out what's going on inside their body. She has heart
Yeah,
cancer.
it's biology. And I good. Wow, and I good. And I get more good out of finding out that the problems I am having are the same ones that they're having. I used to think I was the only one in the world who had problems. And,
Wow.
well, I better
How
sit
old
down
are
now
you?
because I like to talk a lot. And if I don't sit down, you won't get to hear anyone else besides me.
I gotta say, the others were kind of like whatever, but that's a pretty compelling case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you
hey,
know, yeah.
maybe
Wait,
I
hey.
know they're serving alcohol to minors, but maybe
They're
these
talking out
Egglestons
their-
aren't all bad.
They're talking out their problems. It's like a self-help group. It's really good at it. That's pretty nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
Wait until you
Reduce
see this
stress?
next
I mean,
guy.
that's
This
cool.
next dude. He's about to just cinch it. It's going to be like my cousin Vinny. Another guy spoke. My name is Charles Artress. I've been going to this church almost all my life. And I don't mean to say anything against pastors' teaching and all that, but, well, never reached my heart until Dave and Buddy and Urga came.
Dude.
Now I like to come to meetings where we get right with God and memorize. Oh, I'm sorry, with the God. Now I like to come to meetings where we get right with the God and memorize. We go out
Get
together
right
and have
with the
fun
God.
and parties.
I'm,
Might even want to be
mean-
a preacher when I grow up if church is really like this.
thing
It's
is,
really
thing
like
is,
this.
I do like the detail of the god, because, you know, pagan god thing, whatever,
Really
majig.
praise the Satans.
Magic.
Praise the majigger.
What is that from again? Oh, that's from Ink Sponge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when he's talking about his iPod, this is a really weird thingy. Majigger.
I mean, I've been
one,
saying
sir.
thingamajig before I knew about Angsmudge.
Yeah, but he said thingy, comma, majigger.
Majigger.
Yeah, okay, that's true. That's different.
And we were like,
That's not how you
better
do
you
that.
say that than me.
That's not how you
Except
do that,
we're
my
all
boy.
saying it now.
Yeah. A lot of
I mean,
people-
it's more about how you do that. You don't do it like that.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you don't say it with a hard R.
Yeah.
What a
like
funny
that.
jape you did there, Bob.
They really
Blabe?
could
Whichever
Is that
one
what you just
Blabe.
called me, Blabe?
do. Yeah.
I called you
Blob.
Blabe.
Yeah, when me and Bob formed together, we
Blabe.
become Blabe.
Yeah, Blabe and Block.
I like that the L carries over both times.
Yeah, it's a
My
powerful
name is
L.
normally Blob.
Yeah, Blob.
Yeah. Got that.
A lot of people burst into applause when he said that.
Hell yeah. I mean, heaven.
Fuck you,
I
Beanie!
praise the God.
Hell yeah. I mean, heaven,
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
Be
Fuck
dead!
you, Beanie. Fuck you.
Go to
Fuck you,
hell, Beanie.
He gave me a dirty look when he sat down.
Yeah,
One after
of
another, the
course.
kids leaned forward and talked. I listened closely and took notes. Okay? All right, so
He's-
let's see.
he's just
They hate
taking
me,
notes, and he's
they
just
hate
like-
me, and they hate
Yeah,
me, and they hate
exactly,
me,
just
and they hate me,
reading
and
the
they hate
notes
me, and they hate me,
back.
and they
Wow.
hate me,
At the top of his
blah, blah, blah,
notes page, it says hit list.
Kill them,
After-
kill them, kill them.
After each one spoke it, looked like they were all programmed to do it. They looked at me and made a face. They wanted everybody to see how much they disliked me and what I was charging. Time after time, the congregation burst into applause after the glowing testimony of one or another. It broke my heart that not one kid stood for the Lord. You'd think there would be one.
Why?
They were all been hypnotized by Satan.
So you think that there would be one, even though you're the kid who nobody likes and is also standing for the Lord and you have no allies?
Yeah, not even Shirley.
So you're thinking one of those kids who was not your ally, who was one of your enemies, would be
Would
like,
be like-
well, now that I have a chance to say it.
No.
No,
I mean, Shirley did it.
Oh, but when they were all done, the congregation enjoyed another round of applause.
I'm really enjoying this.
Now they're
My
just
hands
Man,
need
I
to
love
work
slamming
out.
my hands together.
Yeah,
That's so good.
And then the Egglestons passed out crisp $100 bills to everyone.
they're really into dunking on this kid.
Pastor got up and walked to the podium.
Thank you, young people. Thank you. My, haven't our hearts been warmed as we've listened to you dunk on Beanie? I'm just kidding. As we've listened to you,
Listen to you. I'm sorry.
as we've listened to these glowing words from these happy young people.
Fucking kangaroo court! I cannot get over this! Why is the pastor doing this? More applause and cheers.
I love slamming my hands together still.
Fuck you, Pete. Nobody? Really? Nobody's
Go
gonna...
to hell.
Okay.
Fuck you.
All hail the Moon Queen.
Nice.
I really do appreciate the concern of our young brother Billy Spencer,
He said with his fingers crossed.
Yeah.
especially since his family has been woven into the heartstrings of this congregation for so many years. But I think the testimony tonight has been overwhelming in the support of our youth minister and his family.
What were you expecting when you
So
asked the
I
kids
end
to talk?
With a fuck you, Beanie.
Yeah.
Middle finger.
And I end my life.
Literally
Yeah.
just disregarded everything
No.
Shirley and Joel and Beanie did
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
oh,
Wow,
I mean,
what
you
a
know,
pointless story.
I mean, he's a traditional Christian man. You have hard evidence that indicates a crime, and then you have a bunch of people's word. Take the
Yeah.
word.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
Let's see.
Also, didn't Joel point out that, like, Shirley... Or, no, it was Beanie who pointed out that Shirley had said to the pastor, the God. But I guess the pastor wasn't listening for it from the other kid who said,
Yeah.
where we get right
The
with
God.
the God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that one. Not this one. That one.
I mean, again, this is just a fucking setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
More
Turns out the
applause and
pastor was
cheers.
the
Yeah.
biggest warlock of them all.
Yeah.
yeah.
Plot
Pastor,
twist.
yeah, so more applause and cheers. Pastor turned to a group of deacons and elders on the platform.
Gentlemen, you've heard this testimony. What is your verdict?
Verdict.
I'm sorry, verdict.
They were going to vote. Wasn't
Wow.
anybody going to say
His
anything on the other
thoughts.
side?
I'm just gonna vote on whether or not you're
His
innocent.
narration
They were gonna vote.
cut
What?
off.
No way, democracy? Hell no!
No, that's not his objection. The objection is they didn't
yeah.
even let him fucking speak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, what the
they're not even
fuck?
letting. They're not even letting the defendant. Or not the
Again,
defendant,
I
the
mean,
guilty
like,
one.
It's not actually
I forgot how
correct,
this
Matt.
chapter went. This has gone from me joking about it being a kangaroo court to just straight up being one. They're just
Yeah.
like,
Nice.
they just line up a bunch of people to fucking Dunkel Bean, and then they're gonna vote without any input.
Jesus.
Right.
Fuck
Amazing.
the pastor. He's a
I
fucking
demand a
horrible
lawyer.
human being.
I demand a lawyer.
Can somebody get Phoenix right in
I'm
here?
real
He'll
excited.
fix this.
I want Beanie to go down in flames.
Unfortunately, he'll go up like a phoenix.
All right, come on, Bean. Come on. Well, I know. Like after at this point, I'm a Bean side. I'm sorry, Pastor, I said, rising. But I mean, don't you usually try to listen to the other side before you decide? Isn't it
That's
the
fair.
Christian thing to do? To hear what I have to say?
It is. Yes.
I knew
it's
I
a
had
thing to
them.
do.
They had to let me speak.
I don't really know how that relates to Christianity,
Yeah.
but okay.
It's the
Isn't
Christian
that how
thing to do.
debates
It's the decent thing
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
The decent thing, yeah.
Yeah. I stood at the microphone. Okay, here we go. So, I know there were a few Oscars handed out during Inksmuch. I didn't really get my chance. Going for one today.
Go for it,
go.
Blake.
Alrighty.
A lot of my friends, and some of them are kids I've known all my life, who have grown up like me in this church, a lot of them have talked tonight. They've told how happy they are now that the Egglestons have come. They look so good and true, and I hope they really are. But I listened closely, did you? No one said a word.
Yeah, I wasn't listening closely. No.
I listened closely, but not one of them talked about the Lord in their testimonies. Isn't this a church? Don't we talk about the Lord here? I listened closely, but not one of them said he read his Bible more or prayed more since the Egglestons came. Not one of them said he was a better witness for Christ, not the Egglestons are in charge of our youth group. Not one of them has said he's trusting Christ as Savior as a result of their ministry. Isn't this part of going to church? Aren't we here to learn to love our Savior more? Shouldn't our testimony be about how much more we love him now than we ever did before? Yes, I've grown up in this church. I've gone to Sunday school in every room upstairs. I was saved in this church. I dedicated my life to the Lord last Sunday in this church. I love... My voice broke. I love this church.
But do you love the Lord?
Can I just say, I like that he was saved in this church in more than one way, because he was saved from falling off the
Yeah, that's
falling to his death in
Nice.
this church.
That happened
Nice.
a week ago.
yeah.
Happened a little while ago, yeah.
I had to pause a moment while I got myself under control. But I love the Lord Jesus more than I love this church. And I can't stand to see him made fun of anymore. I can't
Guys,
stand
pack it up.
to
We
see
lost
his word
again.
made
God
fun
damn
of
it.
and used to prove wrong things. I can't stand to see our kids exposed to wickedness
about our
and
kids when
evil
you're a
and
kid.
demons. The place
No,
fell
it's not.
apart when I
This is
mentioned
Dick Moore
demons.
talking. This is Dick Moore
Yeah,
talking.
that's fair.
Yeah, so the place fell apart when I mentioned demons.
We object.
Objection!
Objection sustained. Dave
Suddenly,
and Urga,
cornered from Phoenix Wright starts playing.
yeah, Dave and Urga came forward with Buddy.
We have a right to speak just as much as this kid.
Dave said,
He has no right to stand there and falsely accuse us in your presence.
But we have
We
the
all
right to
know he
stand here
can
and
put on
falsely
an
accuse
act.
him.
But he has no right to stand here and lie to you good people tonight. These are sheer lies.
smooth.
And I would like to point out that not one of these many young people who spoke here tonight has mentioned anything about demons or evil spirits.
Good argument.
And I challenge this punk, yes! I said punk,
Oh no, he said punk!
to prove what he's
punk.
been saying.
You can't
Show your
say that in
evidence.
church! You can't say that in church!
Gotta show your evidence.
The place fell
Present.
apart.
Man, somebody needs to
what does
fix
it
this
mean?
building. Fix
What does
this
it
fucking
mean?
building. It's collapsing constantly.
What does he mean the place fell apart? Everybody was cheering. Are they like exploding?
No, they freaked
in-
out when he mentioned demons.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now they're freaking out again.
Now they're
They
freaking
just
out
keep
like,
freaking out.
Fix this
demons?
building already.
Where are they?
Demon?
You just have to. I mean, again, the people in the story are so stupid. You
Damon?
have to essentially imagine that it's Bean, the Egglestons, and then a bunch of like hogs in pens just going
Damon?
like it's
Fucking sheep.
like it's fucking spirited away up
Yeah,
in this.
they
What
bitch.
is Damon doing here?
like?
Fucking swine.
And, you know, biblical reference. You know, the swine and they go over the cliff. I wish I could go over a cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beanie almost did.
Yeah,
Why couldn't Beanie go over
So-
the cliff?
Yeah, why couldn't we just
Lord, I prayed. I need you now. Pastor stood at the pulpit. He didn't seem to know what to do. He had a battle royal.
Battle Royal!
I can't believe it. Dick Moore
Wow.
predicted Battle Royale games. That's crazy.
No, he predicted
no.
Battle Royal games.
Oh, no.
I fucked up the spelling.
He tried to predict Battle Royale games, but he was slightly off.
How the fuck?
But it still came
All right,
true.
so that's
I mean,
that's not transcription. That's again just a fucking published book. Battle
Yeah,
Royal.
Battle Royal.
Yeah.
I mean,
He had
That's like
he
a
had
classic
Royal
mistake.
Rumble on his hands.
Yeah. He had a battle royal in his hands, and he didn't like church fights. Are they common?
I love church fights. That's the only reason I go to
Yeah,
church.
You're hanging out at church, and someone bumps into you when they're like trying to find a spot in the pew, and you're like, "Hey, you want to fucking go?"
I'm gonna
then
slam
you
you
just-
right through this pew.
And
And
then
you reach in your Bible, and there's like, you know, it's been hollowed out, and there's like a gun in
Oh
there, and you
fuck!
pull it
It's
out,
like
and you
that
just blow their
scene from The
fucking brains out.
Kingsman.
Yeah,
That's what's about to
my
go
God.
down.
Fingers crossed.
like you know,
it's like
this is
it's like all those scenes from all those westerns.
yeah, it's a church where everyone is a Boondock Saint.
yeah. Church fight, church fight,
Church
church
fight,
fight,
church
church fight.
Finish him.
Yeah, and then like Dave just like, you know, climbs up on the pulpit and does an elbow drop on a beanie.
Yeah. And then he rips out Beanie's spine and eats it.
Yeah.
Does he eat the spine? I didn't know.
Yes.
No, he was young. He was just out of seminary.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that he's young.
Yeah, you're just out of seminary.
Yeah, some people are old souls. He's an old voice.
He's a
It's not
very
He never had
young
to face-
soul, but an old ass body. He's the opposite of a lolly.
Yeah.
God. Why?
What?
You went there.
That was good though.
That was very good.
You went there, my dude.
No. He'd never had to face this before, but he had two sides here, two sides pulling in two directions, and he had to do something about it. He looked at me.
Bean, do you have anything else to say in response to what the Eggleston has charged just now?
Weird way
Can
to
I
word
just
that.
Can I just really quickly say I was making a Phoenix Wright joke earlier, but the more this goes on, the more this reads like actually a court case in a Phoenix Wright game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Isn't this just
Like-
the Lincoln
like-
Douglas method?
Like like the pastor is the judge, Bean is Phoenix, and the Egglestons are the prosecutor on the other side.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is also how a real court works.
Yeah.
You go to church.
You go to
Go to
church.
church, and then the
Children
pastor
dunk on
presides
you.
over the proceedings.
Everyone dunks
and
on a
everyone dunks
literal
on you.
child.
You have to
Yeah.
literally fight to be represented, because otherwise you would not have been.
Yeah, it's just like if you cannot afford a lawyer, well, either way, you're not going to get a chance to
I believe
speak.
the law says if you cannot afford a lawyer, tough shit.
Bye.
See ya in jail,
And I-
fucker, is what it says.
Yeah, an eye for an eye, Beanie.
Get fucked, nerd.
So I was sure he was hoping I wouldn't and that I would just leave. Later.
The pastor was
But I
hoping
ha-
that.
But I had to say something. Lord? I prayed, and then I smiled. I remembered. Yes, Pastor, I do. I have a few words to say. Just 8, as a matter of fact. But before I say them, I would like to tell you all that, when this matter is settled, you should know it will take years for us young people to recover. Your neglect of us has driven us into this.
Those are more than
Fuck,
8 words,
pastor.
my bean boy.
No, this is before the 8 words, and you guys are gonna love the 8 he has.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And I was really upset. My voice was quivering.
Don't read ahead.
Maybe
don't
we
read,
can
don't,
work
don't
together.
read ahead, by the way. Do not read ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on.
All right. Yeah, so should I puberty Jesus
No,
it
no,
now?
no,
Just
just
do it
read it
right
normally.
And now, let me show you what has been going on every week in our youth meetings under the ministry of the Egglestons. Will Mrs. Eggleston please come up?
Pastor,
Dave interrupted.
I'd like to point out that this boy isn't well.
Oh, that's a
He
good
was in-
point. All right,
he was in-
case dismissed.
He was in the emergency room recently, and he has not been himself.
I interrupted. Pastor, ask him who put me there.
Who put you there?
Why is this turning into an actual courtroom? It turns into more and more of a courtroom every second
This
that
is
there
literally a court drama now. This book is a court drama now.
I like this.
I ask you to forbid him from continuing with these outrageous charges against us, who stand here before you as the Lord's servants.
Order!
Objection
Which-
sustained.
Order in the court!
Which Lord? And not the Lord Jesus, I said.
Did you hear that remark, Pastor?
He turned to the people.
Did all of you hear that remark? That shows you that this boy is a master of sowing discord among brethren. That is something the Lord hates. It says so in the Bible.
Where? I asked him quickly. Where?
Well, it's...
Dude, once again, just giving up the fucking ghost. He paused and then shrugged.
I know it's in there.
It's in there somewhere.
He's been fucking roadrunnering his way through this whole thing, and now he's gonna try to honestly answer the question. Why not just say, I shouldn't have to answer to you, or something like that? Just shoots himself in the foot. Yes, Pastor, it's in there. It's in Proverbs 6. I learned it in Sunday school here in this church, and it says, These 6 things doth the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. It is not sowing discord to tell the truth. These are guilty of all 7 of these things the Lord hates. Did you like that pronunciation?
Yeah, that's really
That's good.
I turned to face Dave and Urga and Buddy and called out her mumbo jumbo. Peter Piper picked a peck of peppers. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Peter Piper picked a peck of peppers and faster. Peter Piper picked a peck of... It was more than Urga could stand. It sounded like I was calling the name of her demon, and she had to respond. She began to chant and moan.
What the fuck is this?
It's been like half the book since this was relevant.
Boys,
Yeah, it's Chekhov's
Boys,
gun. It's just been
boys,
hanging there in the back.
to prove his case, your boy Beanpole's is summoning a demon in church.
What a good lad.
Excuse me,
What a
Pastor,
good
let me show you
lad.
Exhibit A.
Can I
I'm
just
going to
say?
summon a fucking demon.
Can
It
I
must
just
be like
say?
if I was the lawyer and I'll be like, they would have you believe that this knife is not sharp enough to kill somebody, but I can prove it is, and he
I'm
just
gonna
stabs
kill
a juror.
someone.
Can I just say?
That
Bean
proves
suddenly
that
got a
she's
whole.
the witch.
Hey, can I just say this makes Bean suddenly a lot better in my book, but that's just
yeah.
me.
But no, and then Urga, yeah, She began to chant and moan.
Who played Urga?
Who's Urga?
We always forget.
Been a long time. She keeps appearing and never speaking.
Peter Piper, pickety pack of.
She swayed and moaned and shrieked. And then a deep voice began to come out of her mouth.
Not mouth. Yeah, her mouth.
Mouth.
Her mouth.
Oh my god, it's getting worse. Like he's feverishly
It's
slamming these
breaking
pages
down.
down. Dust and dirt and shit is getting all over the fucking scanner. It's just like, ah!
He's just shitting right
Oh,
there because
no.
he doesn't want to.
Dick Moore does dark things with that scanner.
Yeah. Yeah, she was powerless to stop it.
Unholy things.
Dave tried to put his dot-eye hand over her mouth, but she
No, not
forced
his
him
dot
aside.
end.
Yeah,
Yes.
she seemed to have the strength of 10 men. Dave and Buddy tried to pick her up and carry her. They couldn't. They tried to push her up the aisle to the door. They couldn't.
So
This
being
reads like
literally
weird poetry.
being literally called a demon that is now possessing this woman.
Yes.
Hang on, we got it.
People
What the
screamed.
fuck?
Can we appreciate that poetry though?
Yeah.
That was good poetry.
Again, it's proving the murder weapon is useful by murdering someone with it in court.
I'm just snapping fingers so
Yeah,
hard.
it's good poetry.
Yeah. People screamed and ran for the doors.
They couldn't.
Pastor's face was white. He had to hold onto the pulpit to even keep standing.
He couldn't, then
Can
he
I-
fell over.
Can I quote the Bible real quick?
Sure.
These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination, etc., etc. He that soweth discord among brethren. That is literally what he's doing right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
but
did
He's
it's
so.
summoning a
cause.
demon and sowing discord among brethren.
Yeah, well, to make an omelet, you gotta crack a few eggs.
Rude.
You know, to prove that the lady is a witch, you have to get her
Okay.
possessed by a demon.
Because, I mean, right now they are brethren in Satan.
I guess.
And Satan
Well, no,
loves some good
the
discord.
people in
You know
the
what?
church who are not the children, they are not.
Well, to be fair to Bean, he wouldn't have to do this if people in the story acted like regular human beings.
You know, I was gonna say this is like the perfect insane ending to an insane situation. Like,
Yeah.
I like if this hadn't happened, I would be disappointed because like this has to happen for
Now,
for this to ever conclude.
Imagine
the only
if
way
you-
this can conclude is if he summons a fucking demon because we're in literal kangaroo court and like nothing makes sense anymore. There's no
Yeah,
rules
the
anymore.
legal system doesn't work. Nothing works.
There's no rules anymore. Summon a fucking
hold on.
demon.
Connor, good. Because nobody will let you
for
talk.
allowing me to speak. Beanie looks at these fucking idiots that are with him and just decides to burn the whole place down.
Yeah.
Pretty
Okay,
much.
chapter 19 is him gonna be, putting his stuff in a backpack, putting it on his back, walking down that dirt road to the next town over, start anew.
I think
I would
Raise
like
this
that. I
church
hope
to the
that happens.
ground.
How
hope
fucking
he
great
burns
would it
to
be?
the ground.
How fucking great would it be if he set this up for a sequel and it was like, this is the ending, big demon is summoned, like a huge demon that destroys the town, and then it's like literally ushers in the apocalypse, and then it's like Bean in like a nuclear wasteland.
Yeah.
It's like that. Well, no, it would be like that Schwarzenegger movie, End of Days.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Also,
And
Watch
he's he's got his gun there like they're like zombies and mutants and shit all over the place and like demons, and he's just like
Beast
I
of
don't
the
know.
Earth and all that.
He just has to he just has to fucking get them all, dog.
He rips and tears.
Yeah, until
Also-
it's done.
He's going down the old dirt road, horses in the back. Couldn't have made that joke if we finished this back in the day.
Beanie, master of the wasteland.
Yeah, Old Town
Wasteland
Road.
3. Oh my
Old
god.
Town Road Remix 2 featuring Beanpole.
Wasteland 3, I love it. Yeah.
The beanest of poles.
The beanest of all. So here we go. Let's finish up.
Yep.
I had to do something. I ran up the steps of the platform and went for the mic.
Wow, the platform.
What? Okay, that's
Well,
not how you spell.
while this lady gets herself under control,
not how
let's
you spell
sing.
mic.
Is that the wrong? That's the wrong mic, isn't
Yeah.
it?
No, it's correct.
No, it's MIC.
No, it's correct. I don't like it either, but that is an acceptable spelling of Mike. Yeah, I hate it. It's the same thing as spelling dialogue without the UE on the end when referring to spoken dialogue, but it's acceptable,
Ugh,
unfortunately.
shouldn't be.
I've looked it up before. While this lady gets herself under control, let's sing "There is a fountain filled with blood."
Oh my god,
Fucking
we're gonna
metal.
sing
I
some
love
sick
how
metal
fucking
songs.
metal
blood.
these old
Yeah.
hymns are. They're so fucking metal.
They are.
Yeah.
A fountain of blood? Jeez. I started to sing. Alright, Kay. A few people picked up on it, and then more.
Okay.
Kay.
Awaken. Dig back.
Erica groaned and shrieked even more when we mentioned the blood. She began frothing at the mouth and throwing herself I bow. Yeah.
You know what? I know that supposedly Canadians say a boot, but who says I bout?
It's
Christian.
a new
Well,
Apple product.
Christians.
Yeah, what it is it's an Android that fights with you, put out by Apple.
It's the new Apple
And
product.
it's an
the
iBout.
Yeah, the iBout.
Wow.
Yeah, when you want to have a good bout.
Yeah, and you box with it. It's a great sparring partner.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah. You don't like the iBout, Bob?
I find the joke a little corny. TBH.
Oh,
Fair.
come on.
Fair.
The ushers tried to get her to move out of the sanctuary, but she tossed them aside as if they were matched 3 ticks.
Yeah.
Match 3 tick.
Match 3 ticks is my new rap name.
Better than match 2 ticks.
Yeah.
Match 3 games are just like, ugh.
Yeah. But she couldn't stand the sound of the hymn singing. Yeah, the hymn itself singing.
Yeah.
Especially the mention of the blood of Christ. She began screaming and running, wild-eyed, up the aisle. People shrank away from her in fear as she got near them.
I don't know.
She
I would
finally got to
too. That's a demon-possessed lady.
She finally got to the door and went out into the hall. I noticed that the kids who had spoken had also gone out. They
Bye.
realized their ship had sunk the minute Urga started her show. Ah, man, we don't get to be Satanist anymore.
They all... okay, so they left. So I'm just imagining they're all now skipping town. Like, all the children in town are just fucking leaving.
Now they're the ones
dirt
on that
road, all
the
of that.
dirt road. Yeah.
Yeah, horses in the back.
Shotgun and, like, they're ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Into the apocalypse we go.
We finished singing, and the congregation just sat. No one said a word. People were in deep shock. None of them had ever seen anything like this before. Johnny Farthing came to the platform and took over the meeting.
He's still here.
Oh, God.
He prayed.
We're speechless at what we've seen. How blind we've been. How gullible we've been. We have not tested the spirits as our young friend
spirits.
Bean has.
Remember earlier when they poured the alcohol up his nose? They haven't
right.
tested the spirits.
Yeah.
That's
He
true. They
starts to
haven't
cry.
tested them as Bean has.
Yeah, through the nose.
Yeah.
He started to cry.
Thank you, Father, for this young man, for his courage to stand up for his convictions, for your convictions, for your truth.
Amazing.
He held me and wouldn't let go.
Weird.
Let go of me, crazy man.
And Bean opens his hand and finds Johnny Farthing's number.
Yeah. We'll get a call back to that bicycle joke.
Oh, Father, we're here to... It's the bicycle joke. Oh, Father, we're here to celebrate revival. But we need more than revival. We need your forgiveness. We need opened eyes. We need convictions of our own. We need your truth gripping our hearts. Exalt your word here tonight. Exalt your son. Capture our hearts.
Put them in a box.
Put
He didn't
it
preach
in
very
a
long.
heart-shaped
But he called for some deep soul searching.
Damn.
He included himself because he had believed the Egglestons without questioning them.
What
He said that a lot of mischief needed to be made right. Yeah,
Mischief.
yeah, that's how I'd call all the shit they did. I'd call it mischief.
The mischief
Grade
of
A
feeding
mischief.
alcohol to minors.
Shenanigans. Horseplay.
What a good old
What's some
shenanigan.
wacky shenanigans they pulled, huh?
Those are some really funny japes.
Yeah, if they made a video game, it would be rated everyone 10 plus for some mild horseplay and brief shenanigans. He said that a lot of mischief needed to be made right, and he suggested that people use the microphone.
Weird.
He told them not to confess private sins, just public ones.
Weird.
Ones that involved others in the church.
Weird.
What?
Keep your private shit to
This
yourself.
implies that he knows, because Bean didn't tell him about the fact that they do the whole private confession thing in the youth group meetings.
Well, one of the girls did mention that, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's specifically putting in a safeguard, like, don't confess all of your private stuff.
Yeah, I got you.
Like, he seems to intimately know. He's, like, in Bean's mind. Bastard Gruber made right for the microphone.
Hi! I am the one at...
Wow.
Most of all.
Yep. I'm the one most at fault, not I'm the one at most fault.
I am the one most at fault.
he said.
I welcomed these people and installed them in our office.
No, in Microsoft Office.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You installed
what I
them
was
in
laughing
office
at.
as president.
Finish.
When they first volunteered, of all people, your pastor should have been alert to their spiritual credentials.
What are those?
I don't fucking know.
Witch and-
I wasn't
witch and-
alert to them.
Witch and warlock, apparently.
Yeah.
I confess to you the sins of my eyes. They looked so good that I wanted to hire them on the spot.
They were so attractive.
So it's confirmed that they had that, open relationship.
Yeah.
I couldn't help myself when I got a look at that juicy ass.
The Lord says you should not take more than one wife, but last time I checked, Solomon had like 100-some concubines, so... Va-va-voom.
Varrooom.
Varroom.
That's my favorite t-shirt says.
I don't own it, but that man.
It is a
boy.
great t-shirt. I saw it just the other day.
On a cop who told me about the Egglestons for serving alcohol to minors, which is
Now
illegal.
that I think about it,
That should have been a red sign.
that should have been a
flag right
big
there.
red
now that I think
fucking
about it.
flag.
Should have been a big red waving flag.
Maybe their spiritual credentials weren't as hot as I thought.
I mean, those were some
hot.
good.
They were certainly as hot as I thought.
Also, those were some good spirits, though.
I wish I had been there at that party to get drunk with those teens. Let me tell you.
Eat some onion dip with a spoon.
Eat some onion dip with a spoon and roast a weenie.
I went to one of their preparatory weenie roasts, and let me tell you, there weren't a lot of weenies there, but the roast was amazing.
I loved the way they roasted Bean at that thing, I'll tell
I
you what.
swam in hot coals. It was amazing.
That beanie roast they had.
Yeah. Oh,
I could go to one of those every day.
I was having a riot. A riotous time.
I love the part where they dunked on Bean. It was so great.
Fuck you, Bean.
Fuck you, Bean.
Fuck you, Bean.
Despite all that just went down, I still have to say, fuck you, Bean.
Actually, you know what? Fuck
Just
you, Bean,
on
for
principle.
summoning a demon.
Like real shit. Real shit. I gotta come clean. You're kind of a dickhole. I kind of fucking hate you, kid.
Bean Paul, more like
okay.
dickhole.
We don't want to turn into the Egglestons here.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah. I don't know on the spot. So I
Because they
can't-
looked so good.
Yeah, they looked so good. I lost.
But I
Come
have
on.
a far worse sin. Okay, there
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
But I have a far worse sin to confess, and I ask your forgiveness for.
Tears rolled down his cheeks.
And mine.
It's the sin
For
of
different
neglect.
reasons.
I neglected our young teenagers. They went for months without a leader, and I thought I was doing all I could when I made the plea at each meeting for someone to take over the sponsorship of our group. I felt I was too busy to do it, so I shoved my responsibility off on the first ones to volunteer. Forgive me, young people.
Who aren't here anymore, they all left.
Yeah, that's established.
Also,
They're gone. They're not here. Bye.
Also, fuck all the people who didn't volunteer.
Yeah, we love our church, but we don't really want to have to do anything.
Yeah, I mean,
He began
that
to
sounds
weep.
like work.
Mrs. Gruber went and stood beside her husband. She put her arm around his waist and waited for him to get control of himself.
Jeez. People are having a real hard time with that this chapter.
Yeah.
I bear the same responsibility and more.
No, you don't.
You don't
Somehow.
you bear more.
But wait, no, she's about to reveal that she did.
Oh, God.
Secretly. She said,
I discouraged my husband from doing anything about the youth group problem months ago because I felt he had extended himself too far.
What was he doing that was extending himself? What the fuck has he
Being the
been
past.
doing?
I don't.
And what the
pastor.
fuck? Why? She knew about the problem months ago.
also, churches aren't usually this disorganized. Usually just hire someone.
Don't you have deacons and, like, the elders?
Yeah, you've got them all on a pedestal behind you.
Okay,
Like-
again,
Maybe
she
put them to work.
She knew there was a problem and discouraged him from doing anything.
Yeah.
Maybe she does bear more responsibility.
Dang.
At least he can say he was ignorant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, he can't, because she knew there was a problem and told him not to do anything about it. So he knew there was a problem too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But his wife told him not to do anything about it, so he didn't.
Yeah.
What's that
He could have
phrase?
still
Well,
done
you know, happy wife, happy life. You know, blah blah blah.
What's that phrase like? Behind every great man is a greater woman.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Behind every weak man
Behind every weak man.
is a weaker
It's an
woman.
even weaker woman.
Oh, yeesh.
Stopping right there.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
not.
Well, I mean, it's kind. I mean, it's just the inverse of the phrase.
In one way, I was right to do that because he
No, you
cannot
weren't.
do everything himself.
You were
mean,
not.
that's
You
fair.
were not right to do that.
But I was
mean-
wrong in that we didn't turn to you. We could have hired a Bible Institute graduate who loves the Lord and loves His Word.
Someone
Bob,
perhaps
just say
from
that.
Moody Bible Institute.
Bob just said they could have done that.
Yeah.
We see so clearly when we look back.
Hindsight in 2020.
Yeah.
She took a sobbing breath.
How do you do that?
Oh, it's like if you're like crying, you're like.
Yeah, you turn into Scooby Doo.
That's my new crying.
Ruh-roh.
I'm as guilty, young people. Please forgive me too.
The young people aren't here.
Unless by young people she just means Billy. Just
Well,
means Bean.
She
He's the only
basically
one
just
left.
means Billy.
I mean,
Young people, by which I mean
Young
fuck
person,
you, Bean.
that's the only one who's
that's-
still here.
Well, that's the only one Billy Spencer's thinking about. He's only thinking about how it affects him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She put her handkerchief to her face. Her shoulders were shaking. Mrs. Beauregard went up and put her arm around Mrs. Gruber.
Oh, God,
She
here we
reached for the microphone.
They're gonna-
Johnny Farthing took it off the pedestal and handed it to her.
I don't know where to begin. I saw the whole conflict weeks ago when Bean was searching for someone to share his burden. I took him home with me.
Oh, yes, I did.
Oh, yes, I did. Unknown to him, and
Yeah, home with me and.
unknown to him, invited the Egglestons to come and confront him.
Yeah.
They did do that. They
They
didn't
jumped him with words.
Yeah, they did confront him.
And then they jumped him with fists.
Yeah.
With jumps.
Fists, yeah.
Yeah.
Jumped on his head like he was a fucking Goomba. And they were the fucking Mario
got-
brothers.
He got fucking Goomba stomped.
He became so upset, he became ill.
You know, now that I think
He
about
was-
it, I don't think it was him being upset that made him ill.
Well, read.
I thought it was his manners, but it was his heart.
It was both.
heart.
It was
His
both.
heart.
Let's
It
be
was his
honest.
heart.
It was both.
Oh, that's right. He did throw up. I thought she meant like later, whenever he was in the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah. Her mouth began to work as she fought to keep her from weeping. Was she like fucking doing a text to speech or?
No, she was psychically conveying her thoughts before. Now
Yeah.
her mouth is working.
Oh, you know what? That's why they weren't so worried about Satan, because this was a New Age church. And that telepathy and all that.
But I have an even greater guilt to confess. I've been so proud of the influence I've had among the church women. I've
Dang.
heard some of them say that if Mrs. Beauregard believes something, it is right.
Weird.
Haven't you heard about Proverbs 6? You know, a proud face.
Well,
I
her
believed
face
in
isn't
the
very
Egglestons,
proud.
And I was wrong. Oh, so wrong.
She turned to me.
Bean, I'm so sorry that I wasn't there to listen and help when you needed me. And young people, I haven't seen you here.
I've
what?
not
I
seen you here now.
Yeah. Sorry, I messed up reading that.
And young people, I haven't been there for you either when you needed an older person to talk to and confide in.
Okay, two things.
You know
One,
what?
I assume after she finishes speaking, she's gonna hand him a crisp $100 bill. Two, no teenager has ever wanted to talk to an old person and confide in them. Like,
Well, I mean, depends upon,
Yeah.
Fact.
if they're an old
But-
person
if
or if
by
they're like,
confide
a
in
cougar.
you mean something else, maybe.
Yeah,
But like, actually speak to and confide it? No. No thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I just say real quick how awkward it is that they keep saying young people?
Well, it's because their draw distance is very short.
Yeah.
It's also because it's written by a fucking ancient man.
Yeah. He's already forgotten that all the kids left.
Yeah.
You forgot all about that.
She paused for a few moments.
Pride is a deadly sin. I confess it, and I ask the forgiveness of all of you.
Probably should ask Jesus for forgiveness, too. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, that's like his whole deal.
I don't know. Jesus, whatever.
Yeah.
She and the Grubers sat down. Other adults lined up at the microphone. Jesus, fucking service is going on
Wow,
all
so now we're
goddamn
having
day.
Each one of them handed him
anti-roast.
a crisp $100 bill.
We
and
went
the
from
last
the
person to
beanie
go up
roast-
there was Alfred. Alfred
Erzerstrom, yeah.
Alfred Urgenstein.
Other adults lined up at the microphone. Shirley's mother was one of them. She could barely get through her little talk, and she apologized to me for the way she had talked to me on the phone.
She should. She was an asshole.
I
She was a
mean,
real
even,
asshole, yeah.
even if
She was the
he
one with the
had
whole
been
poison.
wrong, it would have been a shitty thing to say.
You
Yeah.
can't poison my mind like you've tried to poison other people.
Yeah.
That line is so amazing.
What got to me was when the young people got up one by one and
The
confessed how
young
willingly.
people, like you're not a child.
I guess they came back.
I guess it's
Yeah.
They went out there and they saw
Nothing
the
better
big
to do.
demon that had been summoned and was destroying the.
They were like, "Oh,
the
we're just
city."
gonna go home." Oh wait, our parents drove us here.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go back in. And what got to me?
I like to believe that, you know, that Dick Bloor just retconned them leaving.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What got to me was when the young people got up one by one and confessed how willingly they had gone along with the evil that the Egglestons had brought in. They confessed to loving it, to loving sin and hating righteousness.
I love
the
sin.
fuck?
I hate righteousness.
That's such bullshit.
Man, I love sin.
There's one thing I love more than all.
That's
It's
why
just
I'm an
sin.
atheist.
I love sinning, man. Oh
Yeah.
man.
I can't
That's
wait
why
to
I'm
go
an
to
atheist.
hell and burn forever
I
in
can't
horrible,
wait to go
agonizing
commit some more
torture.
sins.
Bean,
If God doesn't exist, then I don't need to have morals.
Bean,
Yeah.
Bill, Billiam, Dickolas, here's $100 from me to you. I can't believe you corrected me so well, and you have such a big penis.
Such a
Man,
big
that's a
beanstalk.
big penis.
Man, this book must have given you the big penis.
Sir, permission to lick it, sir. Please.
Oh my
Can I
god.
suck your dick, sir?
And I believe I quote Bob from earlier when I say, "Wow."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What got to me was when the young people got blah, 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 blah. They confessed to loving it, to living sin. They knew it might take a long time for them to recover from all the evil they had consented to. They apologized to Pastor for the way they had behaved, and they apologized to me.
What?
Got
Why
it.
is that italicized?
Why was the
Something-
other one capitalized?
Let's just pop open this book real quick.
I'm
Just out of
pretty sure
curiosity, and one
consented
last
to is
glance.
supposed to be the end of the sentence.
Yeah, so there's supposed to be a period there.
Oh, okay.
Yep, no italicization or anything.
Weird.
It just fucked up from the scan again. Shirley thanked me for watching out for her and rescuing her. Then she broke down and came sobbing over to me. I stood and held her until she calmed down. She gave me a quick kiss on the cheek before she sat down.
Wink. Wink.
Pretty,
Your
pretty
boy
racy for
Bean's not a
church.
virgin anymore. Nice.
Yeah. Oh man,
Good
that's-
job, boy.
Tying it back to that happening, you know.
boy.
Let's just say he's no longer a virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
No more virgin.
Heck yay.
People murmured their approval. Oh yes, I like the fucking
yeah,
weird.
That's really
Weird.
fucked
To
up.
watch
That's
children.
really,
That's a good kiss.
really
Did
fucked
I
up.
just witness a sex? What?
Like even if it was two adults, it would be really weird if people murmured their approval.
Yeah.
And some
Even
of them
weird.
clapped.
That's even
Wow,
weirder.
everybody
Thank you.
clapped, and everybody clapped and handed them a crisp
If you guys
$100
believe
bill.
this story, if you guys believe this story is something that could happen, go ahead and hit up our Patreon and leave $100 there.
Revival began in our church that night. The service lasted way past midnight. A lot of tears were shed at Maranatha Church that night. A lot of tears.
Woo!
Well-
all right, I want to hear this epilogue.
Well, I saved the world. I got the girl. All in a day's work for Bean.
Yeah.
oh
Bean.
my God.
Bean
Pole Spencer.
People.
The name's Paul.
B stands
Bean
for
pole.
Paul.
They call me Beanpole because I'm good with my Bible.
All right.
Let's hear this
19
epilogue.
Chapter
War
19.
and
War and
Peace.
Peace. Yeah.
What a
piece.
I thought Pastor Gruber would ride the Egglestons out of town on a rail covered with tar and feathers. But that's not the way he works. It's not the way anyone works.
Also, that's not legal.
A century too late, but go ahead.
Yeah. At the Friday night meeting, he told us he and Johnny Farthing went to them to see if he could lead them to the Lord. He said they threw him and Johnny out of the house. He said their language was vile and that they were out of control.
Whoa.
He said he couldn't ask the police to arrest them because he couldn't prove they had put liquor in the punch.
They could! The cops told them do it!
There was literally
Whose shitty police work is that?
Joel.
Joel, you dumb piece of shit.
Joel, you fuck nugget!
All you had to do.
Fuck nugget, Joel!
You baka fucker.
All you fucking
maybe there
had
isn't any
to
way
do
to
was
prove it,
arrest
'cause-
them right then and there.
Yeah, because all the kids were drunk breathalyzers. Holy fuck!
Whose
Joel.
fault is that?
Joel Mole.
Joel Mole!
Joel.
Joel.
Joel
The real
Mole
villain
is
of the story.
secret
You are
villain.
the worst cop
You
in the world, Joel.
goddamn villain!
Joel
You
Mole.
monster!
There are no heroes in this story.
He also had no way of knowing how much money had been in the collection. Since Shirley Donahue had not been injured, no law was broken there. But what about when they beat you the fuck up?
This
Yeah.
is the
What
most
about when they fucking tried to kill you 3 times?
Damn, the nihilism in this story is off the charts. There are no heroes. There are no good guys.
Dickolas fucking Borer.
You had to just come back to this, right?
You couldn't just leave it at the end of
God.
chapter 18. You had to put another page in here to really fuck it up.
And you really had to just remind us how they did all this illegal stuff, and there was ample opportunity for them to be
And
arrested.
you don't know
and
how
it just
anything
didn't
fucking
happen.
works.
Can I just really quick quote a song that I feel is appropriate right now? No more gods, no more graves. Are you friend or fiend? No more life, no more death. Somewhere in between.
I think we have our credit song, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God! Please use that.
He said,
That like off the Shadow the Hedgehog OST.
Yes.
Yes, it is. It's so dumb. It's so bad.
he said the church should continue to pray for the Egglestons and Buddy and to warn others about them. He said that if we learn to think and care more for one another and let this experience cause us to love and depend on the Lord more than ever before, then we could survive. Anything
We
short
can
of that,
survive if
we should close up shop and go home. Pack it up.
Yep, pack it up.
Can I just really quickly say we should survive through dependency
On the Lord. On the Lord. Yes.
on the Lord. Yeah.
We all assured him we wanted to go on with the Lord. And Mrs.
With the
Beauregard,
Lord.
to show how sorry she was, oh no, it wasn't that exciting. Set up scholarships at a Bible Institute, a Moody Bible Institute, for any
If
young
you
people
will.
wanting to study God's
Can
Word.
you say that again? But
Located
just every
in
time you get to
Chicago.
like an object in the sentence, just try to inflect it like it's innuendo.
Yeah. And Mrs. Beauregard, to show how sorry she was, set up scholarships at a Bible Institute for any young people wanting to study God's Word.
Study God's word.
Yeah.
No, wink, wink.
Oh,
nudge,
God.
nudge.
Oh,
Oh,
my
God.
Jesus
Yes.
fucking
Oh
Christ.
God. Oh man.
Yeah. She said they would be the Bean Spencer scholarships because she
What
wanted
the
kids to learn to
fuck?
stand.
What the
Because she-
fuck?
And then she
Because she
gave
wanted-
him a crisp $100 bill.
Yeah. And then
So
she gave
crisp.
him no, never mind. Fill in the blanks.
Oh my God! Look at this fucking ending.
Because she wanted kids to learn to stand on the Word and on their convictions the way I had. Done. Wow, Lord, I prayed. One told you were wonderful.
I think that encapsulates Nightwatcher in a nutshell.
to quote Connor, that's a story in a sentence if I've ever seen it.
That is the story in a sentence. That's it.
And the
That is the
and the
perfect way to
camera
end this.
pans back from this Bible Institute to show a statue of Bean in pure gold out
And then
front.
credits scroll across the screen for a solid
And then
15
the camera
minutes.
pans even further back, and it shows us. This is all a TV show that's being watched by Dickolas Borer, who's a skeleton in a shirt.
by Ritualist Boar.
And then it pans back, and Joel Mole enters the apartment because he was a real cop that he actually knew in real life.
Right, and then it pans back, and then it's the Steel Donut all sitting at their computers, and they're also skeletons. This time not wearing shirts.
Yeah.
But for now, let us
we'll
I
be
can't
say
believe we
goodbye
finished.
to Nightwatcher.
Goodbye, Nightwatcher. It's been 5 years in the making, but we did it, boys.
5 years in the making,
Bye-bye.
and you know what? I have the one thing that we can definitely close it with. I didn't like it.
Broken-hearted people always trying to spend my time. Collagen injections injected right into my mind. Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby. Yeah. Crime scene in the mirror and it's clearer nearly every day. Plastic in my body telling me that I should smile away. Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby. Yeah. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby. I wanna look and feel years younger,
Thanks for watching all the way to the end, and thanks again to Brad Sucks and to Matthew Brightside, whose work we wouldn't have been able to commission without the support of our patrons on Patreon, whose names are on screen now. I also want to mention that on June 30th we're going to be having a special Nightwatcher retrospective stream that should be a good time. Afterwards it'll be linked on screen here. Thanks for watching.